Hello, everyone, and welcome to Mindful Peace with Dr. Antonia. I am a doctor of nursing practice with specialty in psychiatry and mental health and an expert in peace and conflict resolution. On this channel, we talk about peace, women, men, and mental health because true peace begins in the mind. Today, we are exploring a powerful and often overlooked topic, a topic that most people in some cultures don't want to discuss: autism and peace resolution. What happens when neurodiversity is misunderstood? How can understanding autism create more peace in families, in schools, and communities? Let's begin. What is autism? Let us have a better understanding of what autism is. Autism spectrum disorder, often called ASD, is a neurodevelopmental condition. It is not a mental illness. It is a condition that affects how a person communicates, processes sensory information, responds to social cues, and regulates emotions. Autism is not bad parenting. It doesn't mean disobedience, and it's not a moral failure. It is just a difference in how the brain is wired. And when that difference is misunderstood, that is when conflict grows. But when it is understood, peace becomes possible. So how does this misunderstanding create conflicts? Imagine a child who avoids eye contact. Some people may see the child as being disrespectful. Hey, I'm talking to you, I'm not even giving me eye contact. But it may be sensory overload. Imagine a teen when you speak to a teen and he or she responds bluntly. You may see this as rudeness, but actually it may just be literal thinking. Imagine a meltdown in a grocery store. Some may see bad behavior, but it may be a nervous system overwhelmed beyond capacity. When we mislabel neurological distress as defiance, then we escalate the situation. So when adults respond with anger, the child's nervous system goes into a survival mode, and survival mode cannot produce peace. Peace requires safety. There has to be safety. Peace resolution is not just for nations and governments. I've said this in my previous videos. Peace begins at home. It begins in the classrooms. It begins in how we respond to difference. To resolve conflicts with an autistic child or an adult, we must first regulate ourselves, because dysregulation meets dysregulation and creates chaos. But calm meets dysregulation and creates safety, and safety creates cooperation. There are some practical peace strategies that we need to discuss today. I will give you some simple practical tools. Use clear and concrete language. Instead of telling a child, behave yourself, you this girl, you this boy, you have to behave yourself. Simply say, please sit in your chair. It has to be specific. Your instruction has to be specific so that it can reduce anxiety. 2, prepare for transitions. Autistic individuals often struggle with sudden change, so you have to give warnings ahead. Tell them things like, in 5 minutes, we are leaving. This helps them prepare. Predictability prevents emotional explosions. Then 3rd, understand sensory triggers. Understand that things like noise, bright lights, crowds, texture can affect them. Sometimes behavior is not rebellion. It is just sensory overload. Please ask yourself, what is the environment doing to this nervous system? 4, co-regulate before you correct. If a child is overwhelmed, lower your voice, slow your breathing, reduce stimulation. Correction should come after calm, not during crisis. When a child is already in crisis, that's not the right time to start correcting them. This is peace-centered parenting. When schools understand this neurodiversity, suspensions decrease. When workplaces understand neurodiversity, conflict reduces. When communities understand neurodiversity, bullying decreases. Autistic individuals often bring strong sense of fairness, deep honesty, loyalty, focused thinking. These are their strengths. And when there's inclusion, this strengthens peace. Peace is not the absence of difference. Peace is the respectful management of difference. If you are a parent of an autistic child, listen, you are not failing. If you are an educator that is already feeling overwhelmed, listen, support is possible. If you are autistic and listening to this, listen, your brain is not broken. It is just different. And let me tell you, difference does not mean less. You are not a second-class citizen. You are just different. So when we respond with understanding instead of punishment, we create homes that feel safe. When homes feel safe, communities become stable. And when communities are stable, then peace becomes sustainable. It's just simple. So thank you so much for being here. And if this message touched you, please like it, subscribe, and share with someone who needs it. And remember, peace begins in the mind. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay mindful, stay peaceful, and stay tuned for more interesting videos.